All right, well, welcome to Lake Sam Rayburn. After a 3-month layoff, we are super excited to be back on the water.
2020. What a long, strange trip it's been. And to all of our TXTT family, we thank you for your patience.
There's really nothing you can do about it, but here we are. I'm glad to be back, though.
After negotiating a web of red tape, permits, and rescheduling, we're back on the water. Sam Rayburn Reservoir. It's early June, and fish are in transition.
We're hoping to see some big bags. Everybody have a great tournament. The weather's looking real good for tomorrow, so I think the offshore bite's going to be great.
It's going to be a slugfest. It always is here on Sam Rayburn.
We've got a few changes, some new protocols, and of course, social distancing. The top-rated team trail in the region is back on the water, and there's $100,000 up for grabs. This is the Texas Team Trail, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. It's early June, and we're on Sam Rayburn for the first event of a doubleheader this weekend. Checking the Bass Pro Shops forecast, it's gonna be a hot one. 95 by midday with light winds early, blowing 10 to 15 by weigh-in. Water temps are in the mid-80s, and fish are setting up for their summer pattern.
They're going to be either setting up shallow for the summer, because there's fish that live here all year round on the lake, shallow, or they're going to be going out to the deep places.
It's basically any way you want to fish. The fish are in this weird transition. They really don't know where they want to go, but they have the ultimate goal of making it out deep.
We thought about it. We could probably do deep and shallow and try to cash a check, but we're actually going to fight and try to win it, so we're going to stay deep all day, look for just the right 5 bites.
Checking the numbers, there's $105,000 up for grabs today, including $17,500 in contingency money and a Nitro Mercury package worth $32,000 for the jabs. Moving onto the water, this is a trailered event, and teams are free to launch from the ramp of their choosing. We'll get things started with Curtis Melvin and Kurt Estes.
We're going to start off up shallow, and then with intentions of hopping around, hitting a bunch of spots. We're just looking for the quality bites in an area, try to be as efficient as possible, and we'll jump back and forth between deep stuff and shallow throughout the day. Hit a couple of schools that we found graphing, and hopefully we can put together a decent bag.
It's a nice morning.
Yeah. It's been a nice morning for one to eat. The fishing, as far as numbers go, has been great. It ain't hard for somebody to go out there and catch 30 to 50 a day. Some guys are catching even more than that. The size has kind of been elusive. I think it's just that transition from post-spawn early summer. And so that's going to be the thing, is finding those elusive quality fish.
I know we were catching them on secondary points pretty good last week. Numbers, not really any size to them. So we're trying to start off early in the morning, just getting the ones that are up in the shallow areas, kind of the main lake stuff, feeding early. What's kind of been the deal for us. But it's kind of been hit or miss. Some areas you find they're kind of just feeding pretty active in the morning, and then a week later they don't seem to be in the same area, so it's kind of hitting a bunch of different main lake areas, shallow real early, just to see if they're moving around chasing shad, see if we can get them going.
We'll check back with Melvin and Estes in a bit. Moving on, this is Seth Kelm and Mike Bates. Foregoing the shallow bite, they're offshore fishing deep brush piles with soft plastics and big crankbaits.
Some good brush right there, boy, out there.
Right there?
Yeah. Yeah, some good stuff there.
Rayburn's setting up really good. It's going to be a shootout today. As you can see, we're on an offshore bite. We're going to be throwing big worms, big jigs, big crankbaits, and we're fishing for 5 big bites. We made the decision last night. We had a great practice yesterday. We went ahead and skipped our limit hole. We're going to be fishing to win it. We're fishing for 5 big bites.
Yeah, this kind of tournament, basically, if you really want to win it, you got to either hero or zero. I mean, if you can run the bank lines, you're going to catch probably a nice little limit, but it's not going to win it. Everybody that's going to win this thing is going to be offshore. There's no doubt about it.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. You know, you used to win 11 pounds, and not getting a check, or 12 pounds not getting a check, that's just a waste of day.
I don't see anybody catching. I'm not worried about it. We just need the sun to come up.
Well, I think your best spot's gonna be 10 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Really is. Once it gets hot, lock these things down.
Like I said, these morning fish are going to be bonus fish for us.
Well, it's early. Before we step away from tournament coverage, just a reminder that you can keep up with the latest news, information, and tournament schedules on Texas Team Trail's Facebook and Instagram pages. And if you want to check out past episodes, then download the Outdoor Action app, available for your favorite device. We'll be right back with more from the Texas Team Trail, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Stay close.
There's no feeling like it. When you've prepped the gear, done the research, found the spot, nailed the presentation, and now there's only one thing left to do. It's hook set season. Come in for all your bass fishing gear. For a limited time, you can find huge savings on select rods, reels, and everything else you need to make this the best season yet.
Hi, I'm Pro Angler Mark Rose. And that's Pro Angler Andy Montgomery. Hey. You want your buzzbait to track true and squeal like a stuck hog? Use some Lucas Marine Gear Oil on it.
Man, that candy bar looks good. What do we say? Safeguard with ethanol treatment. With ethanol fuel conditioner. Surely we got one in there.
You want your outboard engine to be in better condition than Andy Montgomery?
What'd you say?
Use this.
5,294.
Lucas Oil, made in America.
Sold to the world.
The Texas Team Trail is presented to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Lucas Oil and High Performance Marine Products. And by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Welcome back to stop number 2 of a COVID-shortened 2020 season. We've got $105,000 up for grabs today. And teams are also fighting for position in the race of the Lucas Oil Team of the Year title. Coming into this event, Brian Shook and Danny Isles have the advantage after sacking up a record-breaking 49-pound 5-fish limit at our first event in January. Getting right back into tournament coverage, we'll pick things up with Curtis Melvin and Kurt Estes. They picked up one early and then made a short run. Rayburn is home water for this pair, but in a field of this quality, there is no home lake advantage.
There's a lot of quality fishermen in this trail, a lot of quality local fishermen that have fished this lake more years than I've been alive. But it is Sam Rayburn, and anybody can catch him at any time, and that's what we're going to try to do. We have got one short one in the box, and that seems to be the pattern of the morning. A couple of areas that we hit, Kurt was able to catch some quality fish in yesterday, but today we ain't getting those bites. But there's a lot of fishing still.
Not really seeing the activity either.
Yeah.
The fish chasing shad as much. Seen a couple perch come up and smack at some bait, but very well could. I mean, full moon, so they're able to feed all night. But somebody's sitting on a sack right now, there ain't no doubt.
What if it was something crazy happened and like 18 pounds won today? That'd blow
Maybe
my
on the
mind.
Sabine River.
That'd blow my mind.
Oh, the poles are still down.
Oh yeah, I forgot I dropped those on you.
Checking back with Mike Bates and Seth Kelm. Fishing offshore midway through the morning, they're still looking for a bite.
There he is, fish on. Right at you. That's a little bit. You know what that is?
That?
Yep. You want him to keep or just throw a buck?
You make the call. I'm fine with throwing it back.
It's pretty heavy.
Well, keep it. We just have to keep our eyes on it.
Where's your measuring guy at?
Say again.
Where's your measuring stick?
Right here.
Yeah, it's a big spot.
The call rings are on the left-hand side if you want to put a call ring
I'm
in.
just gonna stick him right on the right, and if we need to chunk him, we'll chunk him. Pretty good size spot. He would have been legal in Missouri.
Missouri.
Yep.
Back on Melvin and Estes.
Maybe they're over there. That's a better one. Go back in there.
There we go. You're spot locked, huh?
Pull down.
I'd call that spot lock.
That's 2 in the live well for maybe 4 pounds.
Damn.
They're on their way, but even if they're just fishing for a check, they'll need a bigger average than that.
What do you think? Progress. Still got a long ways to go. Fishy, fishy, fishy.
See right outside the grass?
Yep, right outside the grass.
Yeah, I'm not really getting bit in the pepper grass.
I was kind of letting it sit there, and like you, I didn't feel it. I just went to pick up, and my line was taut, moving. That was on a crawfish, rage bug.
As expected, we're starting to see a bit more action as the day heats up and fish move into cover. Before we head to break, we'd like to remind you, for all your fishing and boating needs, head on over to BassProShops.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more from Sam Rayburn.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Mercury, go boldly.
At Mercury, there are no limits to the lengths we'll go to make sure you have no limits either. Unlimited adrenaline. Unlimited fun. Unlimited weekend. Except maybe having to go home eventually. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
The Texas Steam Trail, presented to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, is also brought to you in part by Triton Boats. We take America fishing. Garmin Electronics. Fight the fish, not your fish finder. By Mercury Outboards. Go boldly. And by TH Marine. From transom to trolling motor. Back on Sam Rayburn, it's getting close to midday, and by all accounts, it's been a tough bite. Mike Bates and Seth Kelm ran their starting spots, managing just one small keeper. Recognizing the need to change, they put it on pad and headed on down the road. We'll check back with them at weigh-in. Curtis Melvin and Kurt Estes have found a little something. Fishing isolated hay grass, they're starting to get a few bites, and one by one are working toward a limit.
Well, really slow morning. We're focusing on some main lake grass areas, trying to key on some fish that were, in that transition phase out there, and wasn't really working out for us. So started coming inside and hitting some of these secondary drain points and finding the submerged grass and kind of swimming some stuff around in it and starting to pick up some bites. Still just looking for the quality, but getting bit pretty regularly now, so we'll see if something builds on it.
Let me in here.
We got 3. We got 1 small spot. We got 2 largemouth in there. They're gonna need to go too, but we got 3 total so far.
Getting bit. That's an improvement.
leaving the backwater and heading out onto the main lake. This is Warren Kepke and David Petrie. They're down from DFW, fishing their first season together on the trail.
Well, it's hot. Bite's been not bad, but a little bit slower than it was yesterday. So I think we've got 4 in the boat, and we got 1 okay one, and 3 that probably don't need to go back to the boat ramp with us. So we're hoping to still catch about 4 more. What time is it? 11:30? Got about 2.5 hours, and actually my 2 better fish yesterday in practice came late in the day. So hopefully this afternoon we'll track a few of these bigger ones down.
What's been the key to catching them out here?
We've been fishing offshore. Caught some on brush piles this morning. This is just a little rocky point right here where we just caught that last one. So we've been offshore all day. I caught a bunch of small fish, fishing shallow yesterday, throwing frogs and swim baits in the morning, but you just kind of knew that there was no way you were going to win against these guys down here catching 2-pounders. So, and of course we've been offshore today and we're catching 2-pounders. So there's that. So we'll stumble across a big one here before it's over. Or a heat stroke, one of the two.
It is hot. The forecast called for 95 here in East Texas, and there's barely been a breeze. With the clock ticking and cameras on the move, we've caught up with Casey Burley and Josh Rogers, sitting second in the Lucas Oil Team of the Year standings. They need a good showing today, and with 5 in the box, it looks like they're moving in the right direction.
That's one of the smallest fish I ever caught at this spot. So we chose the first 3 spots we hit this morning were the wrong spots. Fished them, we caught a lot of small fish, 1.5-pounders, right at 14 inches. And the 4th spot we hit this morning, it's the same deal. We're trying to catch a late shad spawn, kind of mid offshore. And that 4th spot we ran this morning, first 3 casts, we catch 3 4-pounders. And I think maybe 1 more little 3-pounder. So we probably have 16 pounds in the boat, 15, 16. And 2 smallest fish are 2 and 3 pounds right now. But we think there's gonna be a big lull since it is a full moon. And we're gonna try to run some shallow stuff to see if there's a brim spawn going on still. Maybe some brim eaters up here. We just called that 2-pounder with like a 2 1/4. It wasn't a big upgrade, but anything's better than nothing. We're sitting second in AOY right now, so we're just trying to salvage our day, these next 2 days on Rayburn, and give us a chance in the championship to see if we can't pull out of AOY this year. But it's gonna take some luck.
Winning the Lucas Oil Team of the Year gets you not only a pair of championship rings, but also paid entry into all events for next season. And it's also one of the most coveted titles in the sport. Coming up, we'll get back on the water and then head to Humphrey Pavilion for weigh-in, right here on the Texas Team Trail presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
Stetson Blaylock, Todd Otten, Hank Terry, let's go!
Garmin Live Scope, I tell you right now, if you don't have it, you are behind. It's just wild. It's like a video game.
If you do not have that Garmin Live Scope, you are definitely missing out.
Bassmaster Classic Champion!
As a professional angler, you've got so many things on your mind. Any advantage that we have is key. And not only rods and reels and lines and baits, but in our clothes. And the guys at AFCO, they have something for every situation. There's nothing AFCO hasn't thought about with the fishermen in mind. It's designed for fishermen, by fishermen, for every scenario you can come to. Any fish, any water, any condition, AFCO has you covered.
The Texas Team Trail is brought to you by AFTCO. Any fish, any water. By Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. And by Sunline, the strength to guarantee your confidence. Welcome back to Sam Rayburn Reservoir in East Texas. This is stop number 2 and the first of a weekend doubleheader. Getting down to the final hours of competition, we'll pick up tournament coverage with Casey Burley and Josh Rogers. With a limit in the boats, they've left the shallow grass and headed out to deep water. They're running brush piles, trying to make things happen.
We got lucky this morning, got that little I guess it's a shad spawn offshore. They were feeding on shad, but I don't know if they're actually spawning. So now getting these rotations down. It'll take a little bit of luck. So we're about to run probably 50 brush piles today and see what happens. One more cast. Don't take many casts to a brush pile.
Burley and Rogers are on a run and gun mode for the rest of the day. Moving on, our last stop is with Perry Clark and Obi Culp.
A bite was on this morning, but it just went bad. About 9 o'clock, it shut off. It's just hit and miss now.
Got to do different tomorrow.
Got to do better. Better than what we done.
Yeah.
Hey, I had fun. I'm sure there's people out there that ain't even called the limit. It's all about getting out and enjoying it. Even though it's hot. I'm ready for something cold to drink.
Heading back to Humphrey Pavilion for weigh-in. Well, it wasn't the best of days on Sam Rayburn, but there's still a bunch of money and Team of the Year points to be had.
Started off early, caught a lot of fish on shad spawn, and then tried to get the offshore bite, but didn't work out too well.
We got about 11 or 12 pounds today for 4 fish, so hoping that tomorrow we can make those changes and maybe do a little bit better.
It was a good day fishing. We probably got 15, 16 pounds, caught 60, 70 fish all day, and just not the big ones we needed, so we'll see what we can do.
Teams are fishing for their share of the $105,000 purse. Folks, we've got $17,500 in contingency payout. There's also $1,130 for the big bass and a $32,000 Nitro Mercury package for the top team. Heading to weigh-in. Due to social distancing, tournament officials have designed an all-new drive-through format that satisfies not only government mandates, but is also probably less stress on the fish and also the anglers. Checking the standings for our featured teams, Seth Kelm and Mike Bates had the best finish, picking up $812 for 34th, with Casey Burley and Josh Rogers landing next in 40th place. Checking the top 5, Clayton Bulware and Albert Collins are leading the field with 21.59 and just 2 teams left to weigh in.
Fishing what we're fishing pretty gnarly stuff. We're throwing 25-pound shooter and sniper fluorocarbon and no equipment failures. That's huge. Big shout out to the boats, Nitro boats, Mercury motors, and Minn Kota trolling motors. They keep a boat under us and keep us going.
Justin Morton and Randy Turner finished second, weighing 5 for 21.90.
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy with it. We've got a few other spots tomorrow saved up that we didn't even fool with today, and we're planning on running some new water tomorrow and just see where it goes. We might knock this thing out of the park tomorrow.
And coming out on top was the team of Chris Wilson and Harold Moore. They sacked up 26.04 to lock up the win.
We knew that we was around the right ones, so if things went our way, and it could have gone a little better, but we felt like we had a shot to maybe get a W out of the deal.
And there you have it. Chris Wilson and Harold Moore win stop number 2 of the Texas Team Trail, picking up a $34,000 payday. Checking the Lucas Oil Team of the Year standings. With a 5th place finish, Brian Shook and Danny Isles hold on to their lead with 1 event and then the championship left to fish. Coming up next time on the Texas Team Trail, we're back on Rayburn for stop number 3 and part 2 of our doubleheader. This has been a Carico TV presentation in association with Outdoor Teamworks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
It takes brains and brawn out here, your wits and know-how, and the rugged performance of the Nitro ZV-18 and the Nitro ZV-21. These 2 groundbreaking deep Vs and the relentless anglers who run them are turning heads and catching fish on the tournament trail. See how the Nitro ZV series is winning on northern waters. Nitro boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
At Duckett Fishing, we have assembled the top pros in the country
to help us design rods to give you a competitive advantage. Castability, strength, durability, action, sensitivity, weight and balance, and consistency. Combine that with the best warranty in the industry, and you have rods that are pro-driven.
Duck-It Fishing, pro-driven.
You've been waiting all week for this, and Sunline wants to make sure you're ready for it with bulk spools of all your favorite fishing lines.
That's so fun.
My whole team ready. Big trips, big rings, we want.
Bulk up with Sunline.
Succeeding at the highest levels of fishing requires intense drive. Doing so with a boat that merely suffices isn't good enough. To lead the pack, you need a top-performing boat that gives you a clear view of the goal. A powerful boat that accelerates you to the top of the leaderboard. Triton is always looking one step ahead. That's why it's the driving force of performance fishing.
I got my power pole down, stuck in the mud in the bottom of the lake, sitting so still in the wind and the waves. Could